When does ovulation bleeding occur during the fertility window?
Hi there, and welcome to this video about ovulation bleeding and the fertility window.
What is ovulation bleeding?
First, let's define what ovulation bleeding is. Ovulation bleeding, also known as mid-cycle bleeding, is light bleeding or spotting that occurs during ovulation.
What is the fertility window?
The fertility window is the time during a woman's menstrual cycle when she is most likely to become pregnant. It typically lasts 6 days and includes the day of ovulation and the 5 days leading up to it.
When does ovulation occur?
Ovulation usually occurs around day 14 of a 28-day menstrual cycle. However, it can occur anywhere from day 11 to day 21 of a menstrual cycle, depending on the length of the cycle and other factors.
When does ovulation bleeding occur?
Ovulation bleeding typically occurs around the time of ovulation, which is why it's sometimes referred to as mid-cycle bleeding. This usually happens within the fertility window, specifically around days 12 to 16 of a 28-day menstrual cycle. However, some women may experience ovulation bleeding outside of this time frame.
What causes ovulation bleeding?
The exact cause of ovulation bleeding is unknown, but it's thought to occur due to a sudden drop in estrogen levels right before ovulation. This drop can cause a small amount of bleeding or spotting.
How is ovulation bleeding different from menstrual bleeding?
It's important to note that ovulation bleeding is different from menstrual bleeding. Menstrual bleeding occurs when the lining of the uterus sheds and is usually heavier and lasts longer than ovulation bleeding. To sum up, ovulation bleeding is light bleeding or spotting that occurs during ovulation, which typically happens within the fertility window. This usually happens around days 12 to 16 of a 28-day menstrual cycle. However, it's important to note that some women may experience ovulation bleeding outside of this time frame. If you have concerns about your menstrual cycle or ovulation bleeding, be sure to talk to your healthcare provider. Thank you for watching, and I hope you found this information helpful.